o seu canal de lutas.
Hello everyone, my name is Randy Williams and I'm back again in the second of a 4-part tape series to talk to you about the drills of Wing Chun Kung Fu. Now at the beginning stages of the system, we primarily concerned ourselves with what we call self-structure. That is, our own motion in relation to our own body and not so much in relation to an opponent. The drills bring in what we call the applied structure, using the motions in relation to the opponent. In other words, self-structure means when I concern myself with where my hand should be in relation to the center line or in relation to my own body. Not so much thinking about how this is going to apply in a fight situation. So when I start to pivot, I'm concerning myself with where my hands are going and exactly how my position is. Is my stance right? Are my elbows in the right position? And that sort of thing. Once I've got that down, I'm ready to move to the next stage of applied structure. The drills help then bring to life these motions. So if you're used to doing them in midair, you're used to practicing in the mirror, used to practicing by yourself, the drills will help you bring a little bit more realism into your practice by bringing in different ways of footwork, different ways of changing the line, different ways of changing the angle of facing, things that change the range or the distance. So the drills really help bring the system to life. Now the way that I'm practicing these drills and the other things that I do in the system might be a little bit different than what you've been trained to do or what you're doing now. But that doesn't mean that either one of us is wrong, because every Wing Chun practitioner is going to gravitate a little bit differently to a different area, and they're going to practice a little bit different here and there. That's not important. What's important is that the essence is there. Now also, I like to have a little bit of fun with the system. I goof around a little bit, I joke here and there, and I hope that's not going to offend anyone. I just want to convey a little bit of sense of familiarity, because when I teach one-on-one or when I teach a group of people, I kind of like to lighten the atmosphere a little bit with a little bit of joking. It's not that I don't take the system seriously, I just don't want to take myself too seriously. So I hope you enjoy these tapes, I hope you can learn something from them, and I just want to thank you for watching them. Okay, we're going to demonstrate for you a drill that's called 5-star blocking drill. In Chinese it's called Gap and Sing, which means knock together 5 stars. And it helps us toughen up our forearms a little bit to prepare us for the contact when we start doing harder drills and we start hitting the wooden dummy and some of the sparring that we do. We want our arms to be toughened up a bit so that we won't get all bruised up. So we get all the bruising up done now. And once you get bruised the first time and it heals up, it's all right later. You don't get it again. So the first few times you do it, you might get a little soreness, but once that's developed, you can move on to other drills. Right now, the first move that we do is called inside gang sao. So what we do is we keep our fists closed and we come in and we hit our arms together. So it looks like if we were wearing a watch, we'd be smashing the face of the watch. Okay. Now we open our hands so it looks like as if someone put a penny in your hand. And when that happens, you then roll up and come to what we call tan sao, palm up block position, and you knock together right where your thumb and your wrist meet. Then the next thing we do is snap our hands towards ourselves so that the wrist snaps inward, and then we kind of come towards our opposite shoulders, inward. And then we cut down and forward with what we call gang sao, which is the low sweep block. Then we come up, and we, as if we were going to wipe the sweat off our brow, come across bring the forearm rather across the brow, and then inward with the chop. And then we come in, snapping in, just like in the Silim Tao form, and snap to Wu Sao position. Then we come back in to the low gang, open, roll to the high tan, snap towards, come low with the low chop, gang sao, across, like we're wiping the sweat off the brow, in with the chop, snap towards, circle, and snap up to Wu. So again, it's watch face, penny in the hand, tan sao, snap towards, low chop, wipe the sweat, chop, snap towards, circle, snap to Wu. So a little bit quicker now. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, the next drill we're going to do is a basic drill called Chun, which means fist parries fist. And it's the idea of using your own straight punch, elbow in, Wing Chun, centerline straight punch, to include or exclude the opponent's fist. Without actually blocking, you're using the cutting angle that'll be explained a little bit later in this series to deflect a person's punch off the line while simultaneously still delivering the return fire. So rather than using a one block, two punch approach, we're going to come in with a one motion that deflects a person at a 45-degree angle while hitting him. Right? So when we first start, the first punch coming from James, I deflect inward with my own punch. Then the next one comes and it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So if James gave me a real slow punch here, you can see how my fist intersects him, and then at a 45-degree angle, it just goes right down the center line, and it would be able to hit him and deflect him inward at the same time. Right, this is the Chun drill, or fist parries fist drill. So I'll use my own punch to deflect Bill's punch inward. Now, at the same time, I'm going to illustrate the modularity of the Wing Chun drills, inserting different bits of footwork under the drill to take the drill back and forth or from the side to the side to either change the distance between the fighters or change the center line. Now, when Bill gives the first punch, I'll use my own right punch to deflect his inward. And again, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, next I'm going to substitute chaw ma, or stance pivoting footwork, into the drill. So as Bill does the pivot punch, I'll pivot with my response punch. And as he pivots again, I'll pivot with my response punch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right? Next, I'll do what's called loi sin wai, or inside facing footwork, to change the line as I pivot. So as Bill's first pivoting punch comes in, I step and face to the inside. And a second time, here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right? Now we're going to insert outside facing footwork, loi sin wai, into the same drill. So as Bill steps and faces to the outside, I'm matching footwork for footwork with my own. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, now we're going to substitute in the chin chang ma and hao chang ma back and front bracing footwork into the drill. So as Bill braces forward with his punch, I move back at the same distance with my response punch. His second punch comes in and I do the same. 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, the next drill we're going to do is a variation of the Chun drill, which I call loi fan Chun, or inside whip parries the punch. Now, as Ricardo throws his first punch, I use the regular Chun motion to deflect it inward. His second pivoting punch, though, what I'm going to do is start dropping into my inside whip motion and create a gap for him to punch through. As he does, I use the whipping punch to deflect him outward, or to exclude him. Then I start the outside whip motion, and as he punches through that hole, I use the outside whip punch to include him. So I'm only pivoting on the first of each 3 syllables, although Ricardo's pivoting on every syllable. So when his next punch comes, I pivot, I whip, and outside whip. Straight, inside whip, outside whip. Straight, inside, outside. Okay, now the next variation, I'll do a little bit of different footwork. When Ricardo does the first pivoting punch, I'll do an inside facing step, or loi sin wai. Then I'll support my inside whip punch deflection with taw ma, or step slide footwork. And the last outside whip I'll do without footwork. So it goes inside face, step slide, no footwork. Inside face, step slide, no footwork. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4. All right, the next drill we're going into is called straight punch drills. And in this drill, we learn the principle of yat fok yi, or one hand takes care of 2, because a single hand will be blocking 3 of his punches in a row before switching. And in between these blocks, we'll be inserting strikes. Now the first of the 4 sequences that we're going to practice is Pak, Tanda, Pak. So from starting position, when Ron's first pivoting punch comes in, I pivot with my own Paks out down the center line. Okay, I don't Pak across, I Pak right into the center. See, if I Pak across, all that's going to happen is I'm going to affect Ron's arm. But if I Pak into center, I get his center of gravity. Okay, as the next pivoting punch comes in, I use a Tanda, or simultaneous palm up and punch. And the third one, Pak again. So that's 1 cycle. Now I'll switch to the other side. Pak, Tanda, Pak. Pak, Tanda, Pak. All right, to substitute footwork into this drill, what I'll first do is pivot with the Pak, then I'll go with Sip Ma, motion intercepting footwork. Step, circle, slide. That closes the gap a bit and takes his balance because I'm stepping on the center line. Then I'll come back out with the Pak. So it'll be pivot, Pak, step, circle, slide, hit, back out. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Now the second combination I'm going into is Bong Sao, Landa Chowkin, Bong Sao. So as his first punch comes, I pivot, Bong, again into the center line. Common mistake with Bong Sao is to go across. Now that would enable Ron to hit me. But by coming into the center line, I cut right in underneath him and protect myself. Now as the next punch comes, I'm going to receive that and punch the ribs. And then come back in with the Bong. So I go Bong, Landa Chowkin, Bong. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Right, the next combination is Bong Sao, Landa Chowkin, Bong Sao. So I pivot Bong, step, circle, slide in, and back out Bong. Pivot Bong, step, circle, slide in, and back out Bong. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Now the next combination we're going to is Jam Sao, Ngoi Chata Fun Sao, Jam Sao. So as his first punch comes, Jam chops straight in down the center line. Ngoi Chata receives, Fun Sao comes in with a cut. Then back to the Jam. So I pivot, chop block, receive and chop, and then chop block. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Now to substitute footwork into this, I pivot Jam, step, circle, slide, chop, back out Jam. Pivot, step, circle, slide, back out. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. All right, the next combination we go to is Fuk, Wuda, Fuk. Now the Fuk Sao moves in. It looks a lot like Jut. In fact, a lot of people confuse Fuk Sao and Jut Sao. The Jut Sao motion is a yin motion that moves backward, where the Fuk Sao is a yang motion that moves forward. Now, what we always say in Wing Chun is, Fuk him if he can't take a Jut. So, the first one comes in, I pivot with the Fuk, then Wu Da Chang, and back to Fuk. Other side, Fuk, Wu Da Chang, Fuk. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Now to substitute footwork into that drill, I pivot, fook, step, circle, slide, woo da, come out. Pivot, step, circle, slide, come out. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Now the next step is to take and insert a kick into each of these drills. So with the first combination, I'm going to come in and go pivot, pak, step out, tanda, kick, back out, pak, pivot, pak, step out, tanda, kick, back out, pak. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Second one will be bong, landa chowkin, bong, bong, landa chowkin, bong. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Next will be jam, ngoi jet da fun, jam, jam, fun, jam. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, 10. And lastly, fook, woo da chan, fook, fook, woo da chan, fook. 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6, 1, 2, 7, 1, 2, 8, 1, 2, 9, 1, 2, and 10. Okay. Thanks a lot, Ron. Hey, what's that over there? Over there. All right. Now we're going to do another version of the straight punch drill where we'll substitute different techniques instead of the same repeating pattern, or we'll extend the pattern in this case. So the first motion will be kun siu kun, fist parries fist. Next, cheap sao, bridge catching hand. Then bong sao, chum kyu arm break, and bong. Then the other side, same pattern. Kun siu kun. Jeep, bong, chum kyu, bong. Kun siu kun. Jeep, bong, chum kyu, bong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, the next straight punch drill we're going to do is one that illustrates the yat fuk yi principle, using one hand to continuously block a stream of punches, alternating between yin and yang blocks. So this pattern will be pak, tan, bong, lan, jam, jut, fuk, woo, pak, pak, tan, bong, lan, jam, ngoi jut, fuk, woo, pak, pak, tan, bong, lan, jam, ngoi jut, fuk, woo, pak, pak, tan, bong, lan, jam, ngoi jut, fuk, woo, and pak. Now what we can do is start substituting an attack on each of the yin blocks. So it'll look like this. Pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, ngoi jut, fuk, woo da, pak. Pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, ngoi jut da, fuk, woo da, and pak. So you'll recognize those patterns from the previous drill where we did pak, tanda, pak, bong, landa, bong, jam, jut da, jam, and fuk, woo da, fuk. They're just blended together into one long drill. So once again, it's pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jut da, fuk, woo da, pak. Pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jut da, fuk, woo da, pak. Now we can take and substitute other bits of footwork into this drill as well. So if Ron continues his pivoting punch, I can use, for example, inside facing loi sin wai footwork with each motion. So I would go pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jut da, fuk, woo da, pak. Pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jatta, fuk, wuda, and pak. All right, now we can also substitute outside-facing footwork, matching footwork for footwork. So if Ron steps to the outside and faces with his punch, I'll outside face pak. Tanda, bong, landa, jam, jatta, fuk, wuda, pak. Pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jatta, fuk, wuda, and pak. All right, next, to insert the front and back bracing, chin chang ma and hao chang ma footwork into this drill, what we'll do is I'll back up with my pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jatta, fuk, wuda, pak. Now I can also move forward with the pattern. So as he back braces with his punch, I go pak, tanda, bong, landa, jam, jatta, fuk, wuda, pak. All right, the next drill we're going into is called tanda gangda, meaning tan punch and gang punch, or high palm up block punch, low chop block punch. So on my part, the technique will be tanda, tanda, gangda, gangda. And on Bill's part will be punch, punch, low, low, high, high, low, and low. Now you notice that I do a lot of circling with my hand here, and I don't just make a real choppy motion like this. Now the reason for that is I need at each point to clear the line and then retake it. Now if Bill gave me a high punch and I met that high punch with the tanda, even if it was choppy, it'd probably work out. But if I tried to do a second tanda against another punch and it was choppy, my hand would never catch his hand coming in. So instead, after the first tanda, here, I drop down, circle, and clear the line. Now, when the low punch comes, I come in with my gangda here, and again, if I were to just make a real choppy motion when his punch came in, I'd miss it. But instead, after that first one, if I circle and clear the line, I can scoop out. So with the partner, the drill will look like this. High, tan, low, gang, high, high, low, low. 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, now to substitute in the front and back bracing footwork into this drill, what will happen is Bill will brace forward with his first punch, and I'll back brace with my tanda. Then he'll come forward again, and I'll back brace tan. Again, with the low punch, and I gang, and again, low, gang. Now the roles will change, and Bill will back brace tanda, then gangda, and gangda. So the roles change back, and it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, the next drill we're going to do is something that I call the stupid trap, and I call it that because the other person has to be really stupid to fall for it, and it really does make them look stupid when you do it to them. Now, its origin is in the Siu Lim Tao form. At one point, when you finish the Gang Tan sequence with the Chang Dai Jiang, and then you pull and tan on the other side, that pull and tan hides the idea of pulling a person into a trap that traps himself using his own grab against him in what we call a trapping reversal. Now, in this drill, what's going to happen is Ricardo's going to grab my wrist and give me a chop. Now, what I'm going to do is turn around and use that grab against him and punch him back. So I'll let go again, let him pivot chop. Then I'll turn around and use that against him again, leaving him trapped up. By the time he realizes all he has to do is let go, it's too late. He's been hit. Now, one of the things that can go wrong with the stupid trap is this. If Ricardo chops and I'm here, what I don't want to do is I don't want to do all the work with my lower hand. I don't want to try and pull this hand up and then trap onto the arm up high. Because what will happen is if Ricardo has any kind of sensitivity at all, as soon as he feels me doing this bit, he's going to let go. So what we'd rather do is we'd rather manipulate the upper hand down to the trap. That way it makes it a little bit more difficult for him to sense it coming, and then you get it. All right, so the footwork on this drill will be a pivot back to the center, Yi Ji Kim Young Ma with the punch. And then as I let go and Ricardo retraps and chops, I pivot to the side with my Wu Sao guard, then back to the center with the trap. Pivot, to the side with the woo, to the center with the trap. Pivot, return to center. Pivot, return to center. As Elvis would say, return to center. Now the finished drill will be okay, the next drill that we're going to demonstrate for you is called the Pak Sao cycle, or slapping hand cycle. And it's basically a repeating pattern that teaches us how to trap and how to respond to being trapped, how to simultaneously block and hit, and how to respond to being simultaneously blocked and hit. So the very first motion that we do, we cross up and we touch our hands and we're real relaxed in our regular Baijong ready position. Okay, now the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to attempt to do what's called Pak Da, or punch with the Pak. Now if Harry wasn't aware and didn't block, what I'd want to do is go bang and punch him. But because he's enough or aware enough to know that what I'm doing, when he feels me come in and I go with this, he stops it with his own Pak Sao slapping attack. Now having stopped that, what I'm going to do next is come up and around and grab from underneath my own elbow and try and grab his hand. And what I would like to do if he was not aware is I'd like to trap and punch him. But of course, because he feels that thing coming, he's going to circle up and snap his Wu Sao defensive hand against my punch at a 45-degree angle. Now at that point, we then call that a drill and we fade back. So that's one repetition of the cycle. So once again, it's Pak punch, grab punch, and fade back. Now you notice that when I go to slap Harry's hand, he's going to let it flop down real relaxed. If Harry, get real stiff, Harry. If his arm real stiff, see how he's so muscular, if I hit his hand and he doesn't relax, his whole body will get shocked by my Pak Sao. But instead, if he stays loose and he lets his hand sort of flop down to the low Bong position, he's like giving me butter. So it's like I'm expecting to step on this bridge and it falls out from under me. So it takes some of the steam out of my Pak. So when I come in, he goes Bong, Paks out. Then I grab Lop and he stops it with Wu and we fade back. So that's one cycle. So it's like 1, 2, fade back. 1, 2, fade back. 1, 2, fade back. 1, 2, fade back. We'll go a little quicker. 1, 2, fade back. 1, 2, fade back. 1, 2, fade back. 1, 2, and fade back. Now the next step is for Harry to do what I like to call the stupid trap, because by the time you do it to the guy, it makes him look stupid. If he's too stupid to let go, you let him have it. Now what happens is, once Harry stops my initial attempt and my second attempt, he then carries his low hand out and traps my arm up, which leaves me trapped and I get nailed. Okay? So once again, slowly I come in and he stops it. Then I come in again and he stops it. Then he traps me up and bang, I get nailed. Okay? So a little bit quicker, it goes 1, 2, and I get trap punch. Back, 1, 2, and I get nailed. So 1, 2, hit and fade back. 1, 2, hit and fade back. 1, 2, hit and fade back. All right, next is the Ngoi Kwan Sao drill, which means outside rolling hands. Now what it is a combination of Bong Sao and Tan Sao. So they roll and they flip simultaneously, one flips to the other, Bong and Tan. That's called Ngoi Kwan Sao. Now to apply this motion against the grab from starting position, Ron will pull punch me and I'll flip into the Kwan. Now what happens here, slowly, is that as he pulls me, I use my low Bong Sao to sort of take some of the steam out of his grab. If I were to stay stiff and he grabbed me, it'd have a more sharp effect on me. But when I flip to the low Bong Sao, it takes some of the steam out of the grab. Now the other thing that happens is, as this thing is grabbed and pulled forward, well, the harder Ron pulls my left shoulder forward, the faster my right shoulder gets whipped backwards. So the faster my right shoulder gets whipped backwards, the more power can go into the Tan Sao that's going to be flipped into his punch. So in a sense, you're turning his own strength against him. The harder he pulls, the quicker you can flip that Tan. And you can really hear the Tan slapping against his hand. Kind of like a trout slapping around on the cutting board. All right, now, to start the drill, here's how we'll go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Switch. 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Switch. 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Switch. 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Switch. 4, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 3, 2, 3. Switch. 2, 2. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. All right, now we're going to insert the inside-facing Loi Sin Wai footwork into the drill. So whoever's doing the Ngoi Kwan Sao outward rolling arms block will be doing that with inside-facing footwork. So from position, as he turns with a pivot punch, I step and face Kwan. And again, step and face Kwan. So the drill will look like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now we're going to put the bracing, front and back bracing footwork into the same drill. So from starting position, Bruce grabs my hand, and he goes with a front bracing punch. I'll back brace into the Kwan Sao. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now when we go into a switch with no footwork, he stops it with Wu Sao, and then he'll back up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, next we're going to insert kicks into the same cycle. Now the person who's punching, who's pull punching, will still be doing the front bracing footwork, but the person doing the outside rolling hands block will also be kicking simultaneously. So from starting position, as he braces forward with his pull punch, I go back with the kick. Then again, 2, 3, and 4. And we're only doing 4 cycles here. We normally would do 10, but because of lack of space, we were only doing 4. But when you do it at home, you do 10. Now, I come down with no footwork, and Bruce does no footwork on his Wu Sao. His next job is to back up and then kick me with the Kwan. 2, 3, and 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 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 4. Switch. All right, the next drill we're doing is called Lap Khao Sao. And what it is back and forth circling between a yang pull and a yin pull. What we're doing is we're clinging together and circling the hands into a grab, and very cooperative. You're trying to cling together. You're not using a lot of muscle. You're trying to stay relaxed and clinging, rolling around and clinging. So you're learning how to circle your hand into a grab, how to circle out of something and back into your own grab. So you can see that right now I'm a lap and Bill is a cow. So we're going back and forth with Lap Khao Sao. Now, to switch it, the person who's in Khao Sao position, rather than doing the Khao Sao, would just become a lap grab and turn the stance. Now the cycle changes to where Bill is doing the Lap Sao motion and I'm doing the Khao Sao motion. So we cling together, real relaxed. We let each other pull each other's arm to full extension. We don't want to fight the pull. We want to cling together just for sensitivity. Okay, now instead of doing a Khao Sao, when I want to switch it, I pull across, and now Bill is once again a cow. All right, the next drill we're going to do is called Huyin Sao, the Huyin Sao cycle, which is the circling wrist cycle. So from starting position, I use the Huyin Sao position, 3 fingers closed, 2 pinched, and I pivot hooking outward. And Ricardo moves along with my motion as I spread him open. Now as I try to hit on that opening created by the spread with Chang Dai Jiang, low spade palm, he pivots inward and uses the Gum Sao press to stop me. He then converts to his own Huyin Sao, which spreads me open. I move with it, and then as he tries to hit me, I do the Gum Sao motion. So it's spread open, press, Okay, good. Now, if you wanted to make this drill a little bit more complex, each time this person is spreading open, he could be striking at the same time. Boom. That motion is known as Hyunda, as in you ain't nothing but a. All right, next we're going into what are called the slow attacks. There are 4 slow attacks: Tanda, Pakda, Bong Sao, and Wuda Changjian. Now these slow attacks are done initially with Samgotma or triangle footwork. We can also do them with Chorma footwork, we can do them with Seungma and Toima footwork, moving back and forth with bracing. But I'm going to show them with the Samgotma footwork, which kind of gives you the feel of bridging together and then coming back apart, closing the gap and coming back apart. Now, the movement's going to be done like this. From a right lead, what I'll do is step back to the tip of the triangle, forward to the forward tip, slide. Back, forward, slide. Now that's the footwork. Now what I'll do as I'm doing that is I'll execute the tanda, or palm up block with punch. And I want to make sure and get a lot of shoulder action into it. If I keep my shoulders straight, I come up short. But by pivoting my shoulders, I lengthen my punch, and I also increase the pull of my tansa. Now without any other footwork, other than the only movement I'm going to use is shoulder movement, I'm going to come in with Pak Chan, Pak Sao and Chang Jian, followed by Lap and Fun Sao. Now the last one to hit is the first one to block on the other side. So that's one cycle. I go to the other side, and I go Tan, Pak, Lap Fun. Tanda, Pak Chan, Lap Fun. Tan, Pak, Lap, Tan, Pak, Lap, Tan, Pak, Lap. Now to show this in practice, we'll go right to right. Now as Ron does the first punch, he'll be doing Samgotma footwork. I go Tanda, Pak Chan, Lap Fun. That's one cycle. Then we go to the other side. I go Tan, Pak, Lap. Switch, 1, 2, 1. Switch, 1, 2, 2. Switch, 1, 2, 3. Switch, 1, 2, 4. Switch, 1, 2, 5. Switch, 1, 2, and 6. Now I'd normally do 10 of these. I'd go slow first, then faster, and then faster. Now the second stage is to go into the trapping version. So this time Ron will block my second shot with the Wu Sao, and I'll come in with the trapping attack. So here's what will happen. I'm coming in, Tanda, Pak Chang, but he blocks it. So I trap him down. Then Tanda, he blocks it, so I pull him down. Right. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, and 6. Now the same thing can be done with a kicking attack. So what I'll do this time is I'll come in and go Tanda kick, land, but he blocks it, trap down. Other side, Tanda kick, land, but he blocks it, trap down. So it's going to come in and go 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 6. All right, the next slow attack is called Pakda, and it's done with the same Samgotma triangle footwork. So from a right lead, what I'm going to do is come in, Pak punch, grab chop, Pak chan, and I turn my shoulders a lot. Now the last one to hit is the first one to block. So I do a circle of my hand into Pak punch, Lap fun, Pak chan. Pak, chop, chan. Pak, chop, chan. Pak, chop, chan. So in application, from right to right, starting position, Ricardo does the Samgotma footwork with his punch. I block and do a Pak da. Lap fun, Pak chan. The other side, I go Pak, pull chop, and Pak chan. So the drill looks like this. 1, 2, 1. Switch. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, and 6. Now we can add something to this drill. What we'll do is add in a trap. So Ricardo's going to stop my second shot here. When he does, I'll trap him down. Then the other side will come. 1, 2, and trap. So it'll look like this. 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. Now all I'm going to do next is add a kick, but with the same upper body structure. So when the first punch comes, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. All right, next we're going into the Bong Sao slow attack. So the footwork on this is the same as the triangle, but backwards. So the one triangle has the tip forward. This triangle footwork has its tip backward. So what's going to happen is I'm actually going to step my heels together and then step out to the side, slide. Heels together, step out to the side, slide. So it's like that. Right, so what's going to happen is I'll step out with the Bong Sao, pivot the shoulders, lap fun, pivot the shoulders, pak chan. Bring the heels together, step out, bong, lap, pak. Feet together, step out, bong, lap, pak. Back, bong, lap, pak. You see how the shoulders pivot? That gives more power to the movement, and it makes the movement longer. Right, now applying that, starting position here, as Bruce's first punch comes, I step to the outside, and I do Bong Sao. Then I come in with the lap fun, pak chan. Same thing on the other side. I step to the outside of his foot, bong, lap, pak. Ready? 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. All right, now to insert a trap into this same cycle, as Bruce steps forward with his punch, I meet him with Bong Sao, lap fun, but he blocks it with Wu Sao, so I pull down and hit. Other side, bong, lap, but he blocks it, trap. Ready? 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. Now I can do the same thing with a kick. So as he steps back, I go 1, 2, 1. So he moves back. I meet him with bong side kick, lap fun, trap. Ready? 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. All right, the last of the 4 slow attacks is called the Wu Da Chang Jian. Now the footwork is still the same Samgap Ma footwork as before. So from a right lead, what I'll do is step back, step forward, slide with the snap of the Wu Sao and the Chang Jiang spade palm. Then from here, I'll retract my hand to the hip with the Jing Jiang vertical palm strike, and then Lan Da Chao Ken uppercut. So the last one to hit is the first one to block, as in all the rest. So I go 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. All right, to apply this drill, Bill's attack will be an inward chop from the rear hand as he steps through with the Samgap Ma footwork. As he does, I meet him with Wu Da Chang Jian, hitting the throat and blocking the shot. Then trying to maintain contact with the arm, I shoot forward with Jing Jiang to the face, and then I trap the arm with Lan Da Chao Ken, hitting the body. Now the last one to hit is the first one to block, so as it switches sides, I go 1, 2, and then 3. So the drill goes 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, and 6. Right, to add the trap to the drill, as I come in with my first shot, Bill will stop it, so he's actually mirroring my position. We both have Wu Da Chang Jian. Now my Chang Jiang will then convert to a Jut Sao trap as I do the Jing Jiang to the face and then come in with a low shot. So again, from the other side, I go 1, 2, maintaining contact with that arm, and 3, maintaining contact with that arm if I can. So the drill goes 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, 6. And to add the kick in, it will be the same thing. I come across 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 5. 1, 2, and 6. All right, that's all for now, but in the second half of this tape, we'll be going into the more advanced drills of Wing Chun. We'll be going into the Wu Sao drill and Fan Sao drill for blocking skill, and then we'll be doing the complex changes of the Lop Sao cycle. Finally, we'll be doing some iron palm training to toughen the hands and develop heavy-handed power. So, until next time, this is Randy Williams reminding you that it's not enough just to know the moves from the forms. It's important to practice these in drill form constantly to burn these things into your reflexive response, your instinctive response.
Acompanhe os maiores guerreiros do mundo dentro e fora do octógono no canal Campeão.